Imagine this. You're walking through your home, perhaps heading to the kitchen or stepping outside to check the mail. Suddenly, without warning, you lose your balance and fall. It's a scenario that plays out far too often. In fact, statistics reveal that 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 experiences a fall each year. But here's the silver lining. Falls are not an inevitable part of aging. They are often a result of subtle changes in our bodies, changes in balance, strength, and coordination that can be addressed and improved upon. Consider the story of Thomas, a 72-year-old retired engineer. After experiencing 3 serious falls within 6 months, he found himself hospitalized with a fractured hip. The incident was a wake-up call. Determined to regain his independence, Thomas embarked on a journey to understand and improve his walking technique. With guidance from physical therapists and a commitment to practice, he transformed his gait, enhanced his stability, and most importantly, prevented future falls. In this video, we'll explore the 7 walking secrets that help Thomas and many others like him walk with confidence and reduce their risk of falling. These are practical, evidence-based strategies that you can incorporate into your daily routine. Before we delve into these life-changing techniques, I encourage you to subscribe, and share this video. By doing so, you not only take a step towards safeguarding your own health, but also help others discover these valuable insights. Let's take this journey together towards safer, more confident walking. Secret number 1, train your eyes to walk for you. When it comes to walking safely, most people instinctively focus on their feet. It makes sense. You want to watch where you're stepping, right? But what if I told you that your greatest tool for balance isn't your feet at all? It's your eyes. The truth is, the way you use your vision while walking can either strengthen your stability or quietly sabotage it. Older adults who rarely fall have learned a secret. They let their eyes lead the body, not their feet. Most people walk with their gaze locked downward, staring just a few feet ahead. They believe they are preventing accidents by scanning for obstacles. Yet, ironically, this habit does the opposite. When you keep your head tilted down, your center of gravity shifts unnaturally forward. Your neck and upper back muscles tighten, your shoulders hunch, and your posture becomes unstable. Even worse, your balance system, which relies on input from your eyes, inner ear, and joints, receives incomplete, distorted information about the environment. The solution is a technique called the 3-point gaze method. Here's how it works. First, set your near gaze point about 10 to 15 feet ahead. This allows enough time to spot and respond to obstacles without forcing your head and shoulders to tilt forward. Second, every 10 to 15 seconds, briefly lift your eyes toward your far gaze point, the horizon or your intended destination. This subtle reset keeps your posture upright and aligned naturally with gravity. Third, train your peripheral vision to do its job. Trust your side vision to detect nearby hazards like curbs, cracks, or uneven surfaces without needing to drop your head. When Thomas, our retired engineer, first practiced this, he admitted it felt unnatural, almost reckless. "I thought if I wasn't staring at my feet, I'd trip immediately," he told me. But within just a few days, something remarkable happened. His breathing became deeper. His neck pain began to ease. His posture straightened naturally, and his confidence grew with every step. The science backs this up. Studies published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity have shown that when older adults maintain a forward gaze instead of looking down, their stride becomes smoother. Their reaction times to unexpected obstacles improve by nearly 20%, and their overall stability significantly increases. Think about this. Elite athletes, mountain climbers, and even tightrope walkers don't look at their feet. They look ahead. Their stability comes from allowing the body to instinctively follow the path the eyes chart forward. If you've caught yourself always glancing downward while walking, you're not alone. Awareness is the first step to change. Over the next few days, notice where your eyes are during every step you take. Are you leading yourself forward or pulling yourself down? Training your eyes to walk for you isn't just about avoiding falls. It's about reclaiming the upright, confident posture you deserve at every age. Start today. On your next walk, lift your gaze, let your eyes lead, and watch how your body naturally follows. Taller, stronger, and more sure-footed than you thought possible. Secret number 2, Walk like nature designed you to, heel to toe. Walking is something most of us take for granted until it begins to change. Over time, without even noticing, many older adults alter the very foundation of how they move. And this seemingly small shift can quietly steal away stability, balance, and confidence. If you watch a young child walk carefree, strong, and natural, you'll notice a distinct pattern. Every step begins with the heel gently contacting the ground, smoothly rolling to the sole of the foot, and finishing with a soft push-off from the toes. It's fluid. It's rhythmic. It's how nature designed the human body to move. But somewhere along the journey of adulthood, many of us lose this natural motion. Instead, we begin landing flat-footed, slapping the entire foot down at once, or worse, stepping toe first without even realizing it. These patterns are not harmless. They rob your stride of shock absorption, limit your ankle's ability to stabilize you, and create jerky, unpredictable movements. The perfect recipe for a dangerous fall. The good news? You can reclaim your natural gait. You can train yourself to walk the way nature intended, and dramatically reduce your risk of injury in the process. The technique is simple: heel-to-toe walking. Here's how to reconnect with it. First, consciously land each step with your heel first. Feel the slight cushioning as your heel kisses the ground. Next, allow the weight to roll smoothly through the outside edge of your foot toward the ball. Finally, push off lightly with your toes, propelling yourself into the next step. At first, it might feel strange or even mechanical. That's normal. My patient, Robert, a retired postal worker, spent decades walking with a flat, stomping gait. When he started practicing heel-to-toe walking, he laughed and said, "I felt like a robot at first, but after a week, I felt like I had my old legs back again." And the transformation wasn't just subjective. His stride became smoother, longer, and more stable. He could climb stairs without fear. He moved more quickly but with greater control. Scientific studies in gait rehabilitation show that restoring heel-to-toe mechanics improves not only balance but also energy efficiency, reducing the physical effort required for each step. This becomes increasingly vital as we age, when every ounce of saved energy contributes to endurance and freedom. If you have foot pain, arthritis, or stiffness, don't worry. You can still practice this technique. Begin with shorter walks. Focus on a slow, deliberate heel-first contact. Wear shoes that provide flexible soles. Allow your feet to move naturally instead of stiffly. One easy exercise I teach is the straight line drill. Imagine walking on a painted line, or even place a strip of tape along your floor. Take slow steps along this line, consciously feeling the sequence: heel, roll, toe with every step. Even 5 minutes a day of mindful practice can rewire your walking pattern over time. The beauty of heel-to-toe walking is that it eventually becomes second nature again. You don't have to think about it forever. With enough gentle, consistent practice, it will simply become the way your body moves, stable, strong, and confident. Walking the way nature intended isn't about forcing yourself to move differently. It's about letting your body remember what it was always meant to do. Start by taking just 5 conscious steps today. Feel your heel touch first. Feel the ground roll beneath your foot. Feel your toes give you that gentle push forward. That simple act could be the first step toward reclaiming not just better balance, but a freer, more fearless life. Secret number 3. Your core is your silent armor. When people hear the word core, most immediately think of sculpted abs or grueling gym workouts. But in the world of balance, strength, and fall prevention, the core means something far more essential and far more profound. Your core isn't just about muscles you can see in a mirror. It's the deep, stabilizing powerhouse that supports your spine, steadies your pelvis, and quietly holds your body upright every moment you're standing, walking, or moving. Think of it as your silent armor, a support system you barely notice when it's strong but immediately miss when it's weak. And here's the critical truth. As we age, many people unknowingly stop using their core during daily movement. They walk with relaxed, passive midsections. Their steps become heavier. Their backs work harder to compensate. And over time, tiny imbalances build until stumble or fall becomes almost inevitable. But it doesn't have to be this way. Reawakening your core can dramatically improve your stability with every step you take. The technique is remarkably simple, and you don't need a gym or special equipment. It starts with something called core engagement while walking. Imagine this. Draw your belly button gently toward your spine, not sucking in harshly, not braced like you're lifting heavy weights, but simply creating a light internal lift, a subtle, almost invisible tightening, about 20 to 30% of your full strength, just enough to create a steady internal support without cutting off your breathing. One of my patients, Margaret, a retired teacher, described the feeling beautifully. She said, "It was like someone had quietly tightened all the screws in my body. Suddenly, I wasn't rattling when I moved. I felt solid again." Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that older adults who consistently engage their core while walking have significantly faster reaction times when they trip, dramatically reducing their likelihood of falling. But core engagement is not just about preventing accidents. It also enhances how you feel. Many people report less lower back pain, easier breathing, and an overall sense of lighter, more energized movement once their core reawakens. One effective tip to train this habit: tie it to a simple cue. Every time you pass through a doorway, every time you step off a curb, every time you hear your phone ding, check your core. Is it gently activated? Are you giving your body that silent armor it deserves? In the beginning, it may feel odd. You might forget often. That's okay. Like any powerful habit, it starts with awareness and grows stronger with repetition. And here's an important reminder: true core engagement is sustainable. You should still be able to breathe deeply, talk easily, and move naturally. If you're holding your breath or feeling stiff, ease up. This is not about tensing into a statue. It's about lightly anchoring your strength from the inside out. Walking without core support is like building a house without a foundation. Every step rests on shaky ground. But when you bring your core back online, you transform your entire frame. Each stride becomes steadier, lighter, more resilient. You don't need hours of core exercises every day. You simply need to invite your core to participate, moment by moment, step by step. Imagine walking through your life with an invisible suit of armor, not heavy, not rigid, but light, flexible, and strong. That's what your core can give you when you teach it to awaken again. Start now. As you sit reading this, lightly lift your belly button toward your spine. Feel that subtle shift? That's the beginning of a safer, stronger, freer you. Secret number 4, let your arms swing. It's nature's built-in balance beam. Picture a young child racing across a playground. Notice how their arms swing naturally, rhythmically, without thought or effort. Their bodies move as one fluid, balanced system, finely tuned by nature. Now, picture many older adults walking carefully down a sidewalk, arms rigid at their sides, hands clutched together in front of their bodies, steps tentative, stiff, out of sync. Somewhere along the way, as we age, we lose one of the simplest, most powerful tools for balance that we once used instinctively: the natural swing of the arms. But here's what decades of movement science have shown. Your arms are not mere passengers when you walk. They are critical counterbalances, designed to steady your entire body with every step you take. When your arms move correctly, they quietly absorb and redistribute the forces that might otherwise cause you to wobble or lose your footing. Think of your arms as nature's built-in balance beams, a dynamic, always adjusting system that protects your center of gravity without you even noticing. So, why do so many people, especially after 60, begin to walk with frozen arms? Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's habit, sometimes it's the simple result of years of desk work, injury, or stiffness creeping into the shoulders and back. But regardless of the cause, the result is the same: stability suffers. The solution is both beautiful and simple. Restore your natural arm swing. Here's how. As you walk, allow your arms to move freely, not stiff, not exaggerated, just natural. Bend your elbows lightly at about 45 degrees. Let your right arm swing forward naturally as your left leg steps forward, and vice versa. Your hand should pass gently by your hip pockets during each backward swing. The movement should be relaxed, rhythmic, and in harmony with your stride. Not crossing in front of your body, but moving forward and backward like steady pendulums. When Thomas, our retired engineer, practice restoring his arm swing. His daughter noticed before he did. "You look taller and faster, Dad," she told him. "And younger, too." He hadn't told her he was doing anything differently. She simply saw the transformation unfold. Scientific studies back up what Thomas experienced. Research from Gate Laboratories at top universities found that restoring a natural arm swing improves walking efficiency by up to 8%, reduces fatigue, and can decrease the risk of falls by nearly 30%. More importantly, a proper arm swing dramatically improves your body's ability to recover quickly when you trip or stumble. But here's a surprising bonus. When you allow your arms to swing naturally, your whole posture often improves. Your chest opens. Your breathing deepens. Your body feels lighter. You move more like yourself again. A simple way to retrain this is the 3-day arm swing reset. Day 1. Walk for 5 minutes, exaggerating your arm swing slightly. Reawaken those muscles and connections. Day 2. Focus on synchronizing your arms and legs naturally. Right leg with left arm, left leg with right arm. Day 3. Relax the shoulders completely and allow your arms to move without effort, like the natural pendulums they are. Remember, proper arm swing isn't about swinging wildly or forcefully. It's about restoring a rhythm that your body has always known, and perhaps simply forgotten. When you allow your arms to move freely, you're not just protecting yourself from falls. You're returning to a fundamental truth about human movement. Balance, flow, and confidence are built into your design. You just have to set them free again. As you step forward on your next walk, notice your arms. Are they stiffly clinging to your sides? Or are they gently leading you, silently stabilizing your journey forward? Reconnect with your natural balance beam. Let your arms swing you back toward a safer, freer, and more joyful life. Secret number 5. Fix your foundation, your feet and shoes. If you want to build a strong, lasting house, you don't start with the walls or the roof. You start with the foundation. The same principle applies to your body. And when it comes to balance, strength, and fall prevention, your foundation begins where you meet the earth, your feet. Yet few people realize how profoundly the health of their feet and the shoes they wear influence every single step they take. Over time, we often neglect this critical foundation. We cram our feet into stiff shoes, walk on artificial surfaces, and lose the deep, intuitive connection between our body and the ground beneath us. As we age, 2 subtle but dangerous changes take place in the feet. First, the nerve endings that once sent detailed information about the surface underfoot to your brain begin to dull, a condition known as peripheral neuropathy. Second, the tiny stabilizing muscles within the foot weaken after years of being immobilized by overly supportive, cushioned footwear. The result? We lose the ability to sense, adapt to, and react quickly to uneven surfaces, turning even a simple crack in the sidewalk into a serious hazard. But here's the empowering truth. You can rebuild your foundation starting today. The first step is choosing the right footwear. Contrary to popular belief, thicker and softer isn't always better. In fact, heavily cushioned shoes often act like sensory blindfolds for your feet. Instead, look for shoes with 3 essential features. A low, wide heel, not perfectly flat, but no more than 1 inch difference between a heel and forefoot. This slight lift helps preserve natural alignment without tipping you forward. A thin, flexible forefoot sole, allowing your toes and foot muscles to feel the ground and move naturally. Secure fastening. Laces or strong Velcro that hold the shoe snugly to your foot, preventing sliding and instability. I remember working with Helen, a vibrant 74-year-old who loved daily walks but kept experiencing minor slips and stumbles. She proudly showed me her favorite comfortable sneakers, thick, spongy soles with no structure at all. We switched her to properly fitted walking shoes with the right heel, sole, and fastening. Within a week, her stability noticeably improved and her confidence soared. But footwear alone is only half the story. You also need to reawaken the small, mighty muscles in your feet. Simple exercises can work wonders. Toe spreading. Sit in a chair and slowly spread your toes as wide apart as possible. Hold for 5 seconds, release, and repeat 10 times. Towel scrunching. Place a small towel under your foot and, using only your toes, scrunch and pull it toward you. Marble pickup. Scatter marbles on the floor and pick them up one by one using your toes, placing them into a bowl. These small, almost playful exercises rebuild strength, agility, and proprioception, your body's awareness of where it is in space. Clinical research in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that after just 6 weeks of basic foot strengthening, older adults improve their balance scores by over 30%, and more importantly, reported greater confidence walking on uneven surfaces like gravel, grass, and sand. You might not think much about your feet day to day, but they are the unsung heroes of your independence. Neglect them, and the risks quietly grow. Strengthen them, and you unlock a whole new level of security, stability, and freedom. The next time you lace up your shoes, ask yourself, are these helping me feel the ground and stand strong? Or are they silently weakening my foundation? Your body deserves to walk on a base that is alive, responsive, and resilient. Fix your foundation, and every step you take after that becomes a powerful step toward freedom. Secret number 6, widen your path. Stop walking a tightrope. Have you ever watched someone trying to walk across a narrow beam or tightrope? Notice how wobbly they become, how each step demands extreme focus and tension just to stay upright. Now, here's something surprising. Many older adults unknowingly walk as if they're on a tightrope every single day. Their steps placed too close together, their base of support narrowed to a dangerous line, and that, quietly and without warning, dramatically increases their risk of falling. Balance isn't just about strength or coordination. It's also about geometry. The wider your base of support, the more stable you are. This principle is so fundamental that even toddlers, just learning to walk, naturally adopt it. They waddle with their feet spread apart, providing themselves maximum stability as they explore the world. Somewhere along the way, as adults striving to appear graceful or proper, we forget this vital lesson. The good news? Relearning it is simple, and it starts with one powerful adjustment: widen your path. Here's how to apply it. Rather than letting your feet track almost in a straight line, one foot nearly in front of the other, aim to walk with your feet about hip-width apart. Imagine you're walking on 2 parallel tracks, like the rails of a train, instead of trying to balance on a tightrope. This small shift changes everything. It transforms your base of support from a narrow line into a stable rectangle. It dramatically reduces the amount of side-to-side sway with each step. It provides a more forgiving margin for error when stepping on uneven surfaces or reacting to a sudden shift in ground. When I introduced this technique to Henry, a 79-year-old retired pilot, he was skeptical at first. "It feels weird," he said, "like I'm stomping around." But after just a few days, he noticed something astonishing. The tension in his hips lessened, his knees felt more stable, and most importantly, his confidence in every step returned. Research from gait analysis studies at Johns Hopkins confirms this experience. Walking with a hip-width base decreases lateral sway by up to 40% and significantly reduces the risk of lateral falls, the dangerous sideways stumbles that often result in broken hips. An easy way to practice is the parallel tape drill. At home, place 2 strips of tape on the floor, spaced about the width of your hips. Walk along them slowly, making sure each foot stays on its own track without crossing over the center. Start with short distances. Over time, your body will internalize this safer pattern without effort. It's important to find your natural hip width distance, not too wide, not too narrow. If you walk too widely, it can cause fatigue and awkwardness. If too narrow, you lose the stability benefit. Listen to your body and trust it to guide you. And here's an encouraging thought. Just like a tree with broad roots stands strong against the wind, your body, grounded with a stable base, becomes resilient against the unexpected challenges that each day can bring. Every step you take with a widened, stable path is a quiet act of self-protection and a visible statement of strength. As you go for your next walk, notice your feet. Are they nearly crossing over each other? Or are they walking proudly along 2 parallel tracks, giving you the unwavering foundation you deserve? Stop walking a tightrope. Widen your path. Walk into your future with balance, strength, and quiet confidence. Secret number 7. Master the art of mindful transitions. Most people believe falls happen during steady walking. A slip on a slick floor, a stumble over a crack in the sidewalk. But the truth is more subtle and more surprising. The majority of serious falls don't occur when we're moving steadily forward. They happen in the moments between movements, during what experts call transitions. Transitions are those critical, often overlooked moments when you change direction, shift your weight, or move from sitting to standing, from walking to stopping, from one surface to another. They last only seconds, but they require your body's balance system to recalibrate instantly. If you rush through these moments without giving your body time to adjust, you set the stage for instability and falls. Think about it. When you're turning sharply around a corner, stepping over a threshold, or rising quickly from a chair, your center of gravity shifts rapidly. Your muscles, joints, and nervous system need a split second to catch up. If they don't, even a small misstep can have devastating consequences. Fortunately, mastering transitions doesn't require more strength or speed. It requires something far more powerful: mindfulness. I call this the 3-second pause method. A simple but transformative practice that gives your body the extra moment it needs to adjust, stabilize, and move safely. Here's how it works. Before any transition, standing up, turning, stopping, stepping sideways. Consciously pause for about 3 seconds. During this pause, do 3 things. Stabilize. Feel both feet planted firmly on the ground. Shift your weight evenly. Engage your core. Lightly draw in your midsection for support, like fastening a seatbelt around your center. Visual focus. Look deliberately at your next destination or the surface you're moving toward. Only after these 3 checkpoints do you proceed with the movement. At first, this will feel slow, even strange. We live in a world that prizes quickness, but when it comes to protecting your independence, speed is your enemy, and mindful control is your greatest ally. When I introduced this technique to Claire, a 75-year-old retired school principal, she confessed, "I never realized how often I rushed, standing up too fast, turning without thinking. Once I learned to pause, it was like flipping a switch. Suddenly, my movements felt intentional, solid, safe." The scientific evidence is equally compelling. Research from the Fall Prevention Laboratory at Oregon Health Sciences University found that nearly 87% of falls in adults over 65 occur during transitions, not steady walking. Implementing a brief pause before direction changes or weight shifts reduce fall rates by nearly half. Think about that. A simple pause, a mere 3 seconds, could dramatically reduce your risk of a life-changing injury. You can start practicing right now. Pick a few common transitions in your home: getting up from a chair, turning around in the kitchen, stepping into the shower. Each time, insert a mindful pause. Anchor yourself, then move deliberately. Over time, these mindful transitions become automatic. Your body learns to expect and prepare for movement changes, just as a seasoned driver automatically slows down before a sharp curve in the road. Remember, falls don't happen because you're weak. They often happen because your body isn't given the time it needs to adapt. Give it that time. Protect yourself with awareness, not with fear. Mastering transitions isn't about moving slower forever. It's about moving smarter, with intention and grace, especially during the moments when the ground beneath you changes and the future of your balance is decided. With mindful transitions, you don't just reduce your fall risk. You reclaim ownership of your movement, and with it, the confidence to move freely through your life. Pause. Stabilize. Move deliberately. It's a small shift, but it could change everything. Take a moment. Close your eyes and imagine yourself walking, not carefully, not fearfully, but with full confidence. Your steps are strong. Your posture is tall. Your body moves with quiet assurance, not hesitation. Each step feels like an act of strength, not a gamble. This is not a fantasy reserved for a lucky few. This is a reality you can create, starting today, because walking, real walking, natural walking, is not meant to be a cautious, trembling negotiation with the ground. It is meant to be an expression of life itself. Each step is supposed to carry you toward your future, not leave you questioning whether you can trust your own body. The techniques we've explored today are not simply exercises. They are a return the way your body was designed to move before fear, stiffness, injury, or aging quietly stole that trust away. When you lift your gaze instead of looking down, you tell the world and yourself that you are moving forward. When you roll heel to toe with each step, you rebuild the natural shock absorbers that nature gave you at birth. When you engage your core, you fasten an invisible armor around your body, guarding your stability from within. When you let your arms swing freely, you awaken your body's natural rhythm, the same rhythm that once propelled you through playgrounds and fields without a second thought. When you strengthen your feet and choose shoes that honor their purpose, you reforge a connection between yourself and the earth, no longer cushioned and dulled, but alive and responsive. When you widen your base, you stop living on a tightrope. You create a broad, stable platform for freedom. And when you master transitions, you learn to move through life's shifts, not with fear, but with deliberate grace. Each of these steps by itself is powerful, but together, they create something even greater, a new way of moving through the world, a way defined not by shrinking, hesitating, or doubting, but by expanding, stepping forward, claiming space. Thomas, who once fell 3 times in 6 months and faced the terrifying prospect of losing his independence, now hikes trails with his grandchildren, not because he became younger or stronger overnight, but because he learned to move differently. He learned to trust his body again. You can too. It's not about perfection. You don't need to get every technique right immediately. What matters is a decision. The decision to stop accepting fear as the price of aging. The human body is astonishingly adaptable. Even at 60, 70, 80, or beyond, you can retrain how you move. You can build new habits, create new strength, and find new confidence where doubt once lived. It starts with a single choice, the choice to move forward mindfully, deliberately, and proudly. So as you step into the next chapter of your life, remember, falling is not inevitable. Fragility is not destiny. Strength, grace, and freedom are still yours to claim, one step at a time. Walk into your life. Walk into your freedom. And if this message resonated with you, if you believe someone you love deserves to move through their life without fear, share this video. Subscribe for more ways to strengthen your body and spirit. Like this video to help others discover that it's never too late to walk stronger than ever before. The path forward is already beneath your feet. All you have to do is take the next step